All right, here we are. We've already gotten started. We're welcome, everybody, to my second ever official cast, first NGS cast. I'm going to be casting a fellow C East team. One moment, I need to figure out what's going on with Discord. It should not be making notification noises. But yeah, we're going to have Die for Vision, the number 2 seed of C East, division that is my home, versus Wood League, which is number 6 seed. They actually upset in the quarterfinal round. They upset the number 3 seed, so it's going to be an exciting match. Sorry. Gotta notify the teams of their sides, make sure that everything's going well there. But yeah, to start off, a little bit of info. Die for Vision right now, number 2 seed. They have 25 points from the regular season with a record of 18-7. So a really impressive record for them. Very consistent team. Wood League, on the other hand, they secured the number 6 seed with 15 points. They started off a little bit shaky in the season, but they towards the end of the season, they really came on, ending with a 14-12 record. It was a very close race between the number 6, 7, and 8 seeds, and as well as, I guess, quote-unquote, the number 9 seed, who was not able to make it into the playoffs. But then Wood League really pulled out an impressive upset against Regen Anomaly. Probably, in my opinion, one of the strongest teams in the division. Maybe more so than Die for Vision or my team, Please Clap, who are the number 2 and number 1 seed. But Wood League pulled out the upset. And so they're here now in the semifinals for the C East playoffs. If I'm going to be honest, I have no idea who's going to take it during this series. Both teams have performed really well throughout the season, and I think it's anyone's game. If we go ahead and look at the map bans, Die for Vision, as the higher seed team, got to choose if they wanted first pick or map pick. They decided first pick. So the bans on maps came out, as you can see. The left team, Die for Vision, banning out Battlefield of Eternity and Volskaya Foundry. And the right team, being Wood League, banned out Towers of Doom and Sky Temple. Wood League, since they had the map pick, elected to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen, where we currently have a lobby and we're waiting to get started. So anyone who's in chat, feel free to root for your teams. This is hoping for an exciting matchup tonight. I'm sure it's gonna be crazy. So looks like we have everyone in the lobby now. So just gonna wait for the teams to be ready, and then we'll jump into our first match. All right, we are waiting on one person actually. So I'm actually a little bit interested by the map choice of Wood League going to Tomb. That is a map that Die for Vision has known to like playing on, but Wood League also was able to beat Regen Anomaly last week in the quarterfinals on this map. They performed really well, so that might be why we're seeing that from them. But first pick is going to be on the side of Die for Vision on a map that they like. So honestly, I think Die for Vision a little bit favored, at least on map 1, and probably I would say even favored overall in the matchup. But Wood League pulled out an upset last week. Who knows? They could pull out another upset tonight. That would definitely be really impressive and scary going into the finals, which the winner of this will go against my team, Please Clap, in the finals. That's a best of 5. And then the winner of that'll be the Coastal Finals, that is, will go against whoever wins the C West Finals for another best of 5 for the C Division Championship. I'm going to go ahead and we've got 2 teams ready now, waiting on just one of the teams, and then we'll hop on in. And it looks like we are about to do so. So in just a moment, hopefully we should get started. And here we are, Tomb of the Spider Queen. So as I said, on the left side we've got Die for Vision. They're going to be going for the first pick, first ban. So honestly, I would expect a very quick ban onto Gul'dan. He's very powerful on the map. I did not have as much time as I would have liked to prepare, so I do not remember if Wood League plays Gul'dan a lot. I don't seem to recall them playing it. Stukov ban going to come from the side of Wood League. Shamhat plays a really mean Stukov. Ariel ban, interesting, kind of a meta ban. Normally, you kind of see those bans going towards the right side, or not the right side, but the second ban, in this case, the right side. And then a Falstad ban. Very powerful as far as wave clear and macro pressure, but the global does get a little bit less value on this map. Now we're going to go ahead and see what the first pick is going to be for Die for Vision. I could see a number of things here, but they are going to go for the Johanna. Makes sense. She's insanely powerful on this map. The wave clear that she allows on this map just makes her outshine pretty much all the other tanks in any situation, and she can really fit into any draft. So that isn't a surprising pick from Die for Vision at all. On the side of Wood League, we've got two picks here, so they could look to try and get a powerful mage, something like Jaina, or Kael'thas, getting some wave clear for themselves, and they're going to go for the Anduin. He's a solid healer. He can be really defensive with Holy Word Salvation, or he can go really aggressive with Light Bomb. Really just a really good healer for being able to fit into a lot of drafts, similar to Johanna. As well as, of course, as mentioned, he has the ability to pull and save someone. We're going to see Sylvanas and Leoric get picked up. Looking at the Die for Vision already, they have such great wave clear. Leoric able to double soak very easily come level 4. He just nukes waves thanks to his Neil Peasant's talent. And Sylvanas, great for pushing down structures. She can go into more wave clear. She can be a sustained DPS. She can be more of a mage DPS. But she is very much powerful right now. And we're going to see a Lucio ban. So trying to prevent Die for Vision from using that wave clear and just getting ahead with the fast rotations that Lucio can give. Die for Vision actually waiting a little bit, giving me a little bit of breath for their ban. We're going to see what they go for here. It could ban a tank, an offlaner. They're going to go for the Mal'Ganis ban. Makes sense. He did get nerfed in the balance patch that came out yesterday, but a lot of people still consider him to be one of the strongest tanks in the game. Obviously, Johanna has priority on this map thanks to her wave clear, but Mal'Ganis is definitely, I would say, second or third, really high up in the priority there. So now we've got two picks for Wood League. Might see a DPS tank here, leave the off lane, which is normally one of the more flexible roles. And we are. It's going to be Raynor. I know that they love their Raynor. As well as Muradin, who lets them be pretty aggressive. If you go into Sledgehammer build, you can really nuke the Web Weavers, but that does give you a little bit less bulk. But we'll see what they go for. I think that would be a fun little cheesy thing that they could flex into for this map. Just try and blow up some Web Weavers with 2,000 damage Qs. And we're going to see Tychus and Brightwing. Tychus gives you the the ability to kill anyone. In this case, I'm pretty sure they're taking that for the Muradin. They're going to see Avatar come out and say, doesn't matter, I have % damage. And then the Brightwing, going to be able to polymorph, stop a little bit of the aggression maybe from Muradin with the Light Bomb on him, hopping in, as well as just giving some nice save potential. And then we're going to see the last pick, Rexxar. Really just solid solo laner. He's got pretty decent wave clear, and Misha is so good for just being able to zone areas, to check bushes, really lets you control vision on the map a lot. So overall, two super solid drafts. I could not tell you which of these I would prefer. Both have ups and downs. I think some of the picks, like Brightwing, and maybe Rexar are a little bit strange, maybe Murden, but both of these teams I know to play extremely well. So it's going to be an exciting game number 1, that's for sure. All right, we're loading in here. I would expect. Well, we might see a cheese. With Sylvanas always gives you the option of trying to go to a lane and just steal a turret really quickly. Although the siege pressure isn't that huge, so I wouldn't maybe expect them to, especially since the ability to rotate through these lanes is really easy. Alright, so on the left side we are going to have Sulfide on the Tychus, Atlas on the Leoric, Shamhat on the Brightwing with the Mastery Taunt there, Darker Black on the Sylvanas, and Earl Schlepp filling out the wave clear on Johanna. On the other side, Emtino on the Muradin, Barcode on the Raynor, Kavlor on the Kael'thas, Amusio on Anduin, and Cyan on the Rexar. It is Wood League. And we're going to get into a little bit of a mid-brawl. Emtino already starting to stack. Did go into Perfect Storm, as you can see, so he's going to be trying to land those sledgehammers. We've got Shadow Dagger build, so more of a mage build for Sylvanas, trying to get some burst out, on spreading onto the enemy team. And, of course, Globe Quest for Kael'thas. We are going to see Dive Vision immediately, as I predicted, getting ahead in the wave clear. Their wave clear is just insane, and with Johanna's trait, she is able to just step in front really easily. They're actually going to sit in this bush for a moment, looking maybe to try and get a kill on the rotation. Not quite going to have the pressure. Maybe more just looking for stacks there for Darker Black, saying, hey, we're ahead in wave clear no matter what. We can just try and get some stacks here. Although Earl Schlepp, as I say that, getting a little bit low. That is one of the weaknesses of Brightwing, is she doesn't have that much of an option to burst heal other than her trait, which we saw come out there. Although rotations just pretty normal. Down in the solo lane, Atlas actually on the Leoric, getting bullied a bit by Cyan, but if you look at Cyan, he is running out of mana, which means he isn't going to be able to help Misha to sustain quite as much anymore. Or have Misha charge to help get the damage out onto Atlas. So I would expect for that to maybe change a little bit, or to see Cyan forced to back up. We've got 11 gems turned in from the side of Die for Vision. They're doing something that I really like to see from a team on this map, which is they're not letting the gems stack up. If you look at like Emtino right now, he's got 15 gems on him, or 14 on him, which he is going to be able to turn in now. But normally something that I see happen a lot, and has happened to me before, is that teams will end up with a ton of gems stuck on one person, and the enemy team now only has to zone that one person, and it gets really hard to get a turn in. Meanwhile, we've got Sulfide and Shamhat getting a bruiser camp out. They're going to try and get a little bit more pressure, trading a bit of the rotation advantage, but they're going to be able to get it right back, I think, with their team comp and the great wave clear that they have there. Now 21 gems turned in on the side of Wood League. And it looks like with Sylvanas, they're going to try and push this in. Holding off on the trait for the moment, as we see a nice Kael'thas spread. There's the trait. The spell armor coming out from the mage bruiser, really helping out there with some of the damage from Kael'thas. But they're going to get the full front wall pretty much from this. That is a huge advantage to get. And this is before their first Web Weaver wave even. And as I expected, Atlas starting to bully Cyan a bit, now that Cyan is out of mana, because it takes a lot of mana to heal up Misha. As the teams, looks like they're just kind of going through the rotations as you would expect. A bit of a gank attempt maybe, or maybe they're just trying to free it up so that Atlas can turn in his gems, and they almost have enough for a turn in, as we do see Cyan backing there. Sulfide just casually walking by, getting some wave clear. And we are going to see Woodley grabbing their Bruiser Camp. They're probably saying, hey, Die for Vision's going to get their turn in before us. Let's just push this out. This will help us to defend that turn in much easier. Both teams do have potential for turn in, but only one gem needs to be turned in from Die for Vision, which is that's helped a lot by the fact that they've been pretty consistently turning in. I don't think I've seen anyone on their team get that much above 10 gems. The exception being Atlas on the off lane, which is a bit more usual to see your off laner get pretty high on those gems. Sylvanas used her trait there, interestingly, to clear the Bruiser Camp a little bit, as we see Johanna getting CC'd and getting pretty low. Earlschlepp there had his name blocked by the Unstoppable. Got chunked pretty hard. He's going to get healed up by the Fountain and by Shamhat on the Brightwing. But Woodley just did a great job pushing in the lanes right before Die for Vision's Webweavers came. Mid lane is not going to get any value, and top lane is going to have to push through another wave, which means that Woodley is going to be able to rotate up. But as I say that, it looks like the team's maybe wanting to fight a bit. Sulfide doing what Tychus does, just shooting and dealing tons of damage, but Barcode on the Rainer is doing a lot of damage back. And as I said, the Webweaver is already down to half. It took a decent amount of damage, as well as the fact that it loses health over time as it walks. So they are going to get the front wall, and maybe I think the Fountain, but I wouldn't expect them to get too much more. Got a nice engage from Earlschlepp, but he's getting chunked too. He doesn't have his trait, but he's going to be able to walk out. Overall, front wall's lost, but not much more. A good defense from Woodleague. I really like the Bruiser Camp. I really like them. As soon as they see that the objective is popped, they push out their waves. That helps a lot, because just having the Webweaver spawn that little bit further back helps so much to defend them. Mtino now with 21 gems, wanted to get turned in. Wasn't quite able to. Darker Black, though, is super low on mana. I wouldn't be surprised if they just have to back, because they're not going to be able to stall very long without mana. Tychus, Sulfide looking to bully Cyan, who has 30 gems. Not quite able to do much. And Kavlor going to get in 13 gems of his own there. Looks like Die for Vision just trying to stall it out. They do need to be careful. It is definitely a possibility that we see Woodleague get 10s any moment now, although it will be pretty close for Die for Vision. As I say that, let's take a look at the talents. I haven't looked at the talents yet. Kael'thas already done with his quest. We've got In the Rhythm from Tychus. He's going to be looking to stack up his trait. A little bit of a controversial pick because of the counter synergy with Tychus's, what I would say is considered his best level 13 talent there. But his ults come out. We've got the Pyroblast. We've got Hyperion, Light Bomb, Unleash the Boar's Avatar, Entomb, Commandeer Odin, Blessed Shield, Emerald Wind, and Sylvanas is holding. Oh, a little bit of a whiff there on Blessed Shield, and immediately a punish. We're going to see Atlas as well as Sulfide going down on the Tychus and the Leoric. And now here's the turn-ins for Woodleague. This is a little bit of what I was worried about for Die for Vision. They kind of, I think, took too much poke, tried to stall too much, and then with the level 10s, Woodleague was able to get some kills. Now they're looking to push in with their turn-in, and I would expect them to try and get another turn-in after it. That being said, Die for Vision did stabilize a bit. They've pushed out their waves. This Webweaver is going to come down, but with minimal support as Woodleague is pushing in the top lane. If we take a look at some stats here, Leoric, as expected, doing a ton of siege damage, as well as hero damage, trading into Misha constantly, forcing Cyan on the Rexar to just constantly use all of his mana. And Rexar doing a bunch of damage back, but aside from that, we've got Kael'thas and Sylvanas leading the damage in the respective 4-mans. Great phase shift there from Shamhat, helping out Earlschlepp. They're going to be able to defend really well, actually. I'm pretty impressed. with their defense there. Ulschlep still getting chunked out. Johanna a little bit squishier with some of the recent patches. But as I said, we're gonna see, it looks like maybe a second turn-in if Cyan is able to get his in here. That is something that's nice for Divervision. They only have to watch Cyan, like I said. But ults are getting thrown out, and we're gonna see the Emerald Wind used to just get a clean disengage there. If we look at the objective, this is what I like. Divervision, as you can see, has the gems nice and split out between their players. On the other side, Cyan had all of them, but he's going to be able to turn in, so that's going to be alright for them. And with the double turn in, now I think we're finally going to start to see some forts fall. I would be shocked if we didn't. Looks like Divervision going to 5-man rotate top. They really want to hold on to the fort here, and that is because this is the boss lane. This is the most common lane to end in. So they're going to try and 5-man defend. Nice entomb onto Raynor. Not too much follow-up. A little bit of delay because of the Kael'thas's firebombs. Really chunking them out. And a great stun from Rexxar, followed up by the light bomb. That's going to be Atlas down. That's going to be Shamhat down, who teleported in to try and save Ulschlep. And as expected, that is going to be this fort down. Meanwhile, Darker Black backing in mid as the Web Weavers are going to probably take all 3 forts from this phase. That is just the power of getting a double turn in. Checking in on talents, looks like everything is pretty much as expected. Sylvanas at 55 stacks on her W quest there at level 1. Rexxar almost completing his Hunter-Gatherer. That will help his survivability a lot. I will say, the late game for the side of Divervision looks really scary. Sylvanas, Leoric, both very strong in the late game. But Wood League is doing a good job of pushing the early advantages that they have. So I would be interested to see if they're able to continue pushing that, or if Divervision will be able to make a comeback. Because it looks like Wood League going to go for their Bruiser Camp. With the lanes pushed out, they're pretty comfortable just letting Divervision turn in if they want to. As they now have a level lead as well, and a 4-0 kill lead. Sylvanas holding on her 13. Oh, and we did see the Wailing Arrow come from Sylvanas. So there's definitely potential here from the side of Divervision, as we've got a fight coming in down here. Emtino gonna have to pop his ult. Huge firebomb values. Atlas going down once again. They're gonna lose some gems there. Ooh, Sulfide gets caught. He is likely to go down. Gonna get saved by the spell armor, but the firebombs spreading are just brutal into Divervision. And Shamhat taking a lot of damage, using her phase shift to get out there. And now with this 20 spell armor from the Bruiser Camp, we see some of the members from Divervision trying to back, but they're gonna need to try and defend this. Is a really strong push coming in. And Atlas gonna get killed by Pyroblast here. Not much of an ability to save him other than Shamhat's spell armor, which unfortunately looks like it was not up. And Wood League has their 16 talent tiers, and they're just controlling this game so far. Kael'thas has jumped up so much in damage. Raynor also putting in a lot of work, and we're seeing another turn in for Wood League here as Kavlor finishes it there. Looking at 16 talents, we've got the Ignite looking for even more living bombs, which I think is pretty smart considering how much value they've gotten. And Divervision just seems to be playing kind of scared. They're struggling into the Wood League's ability to just jump on them and get some insane fights. Emerald Wind gonna come out just in time. But maybe not, as Misha getting a huge jump there. Oh, I don't think that should have gone off, but it did. So, my bad on that. Thanks to I'm eating cookies right now for following. But we're going to see Tychus and Brightwing falling. The level 16 advantage, as well as these Web Weavers. Hyperion doing insane siege damage. This is really devastating. Oh, and we saw Leoric fall as well, even before. This is an insane push coming in from Wood League. If I'm on the side of Die for Vision, I'm just hoping to defend my core at this moment, as we're going to see the top and middle keeps going down. Decently chunked Web Weavers coming in, but Sylvanas gets dropped. That's 20 gems gone. Earl Schlepp now holding pretty much all of the remaining gems from Die for Vision. And Wood League seems kind of split. Some of them are on the core, some of them on this bottom keep, which is now also going down. And are they going to be able to defend here? Shamhat gets jumped on, gets stunned by Emtino. Pyroblast not going to get much, but all of the members of Die for Vision are either in the fountain or super low, and looks like this is going to be game, as just an insane team fight potential here from Wood League. They're going to win 11 kills to 0 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. GG. Got the, let me update the scores here. Okay. So we're going to see here what Die for Vision goes for, if they want the map pick or if they want the first pick. It seems like even with the first pick, their draft was kind of getting shut down by the draft of Wood League. They just were not able to get a kill, and they were getting chunked so heavily by those Kael'thas bombs. I would be interested to see, what are they going to try and change up? How are they going to try and save this? I think I wouldn't be surprised if they were hoping to get that Kael'thas, and that's why they left it up, but it got grabbed and they got punished for leaving that up. So I honestly, depending on the map we see, I think it would be probably pretty good for them to either ban that out or grab that early on the next map. Let me see what they're going for here. We'll go ahead and show the talents. Paint them red. Really powerful for keeping Raynor alive. Raynor with the new ace in the hole buff is really looking powerful. Put in tons of work that game. As well as, of course, Kael'thas with his pretty typical build, focusing on the living bombs. Some really just powerful stuff. Murden not even going for Bronzebeard's Rage here over the healing static. Oh, and that's because he didn't go for the Echo at 4. So that makes sense. I swear I know these talents. So we are going to see Die for Vision opting for first pick again. Now we're waiting to see what Wood League is going to go for. What are they gonna? What map do they think that they can beat Die for Vision on? They already beat them on Tomb of the Spider Queen, which, as far as I have seen, is one of their favorites. So we're gonna have to see maybe some changes towards the drafting strategy here from Die for Vision, if they want to come back, or maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe they're just getting into the roll of things, and we're gonna see a game 2 and a game 3 win for Die for Vision. We'll have to see. Yeah, not sure why that follow notification went off during the game. I'll have to look into that. I'm still waiting on the map pick, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and switch us over to the map screen. So once again, map picked by Wood League, won by Wood League. They're just upset Regen Anomaly last week. Looking good to potentially get an upset this week against Die for Vision. Die for Vision did really well before Wood League got a turn in, but then Wood League was able to turn in 3 times in a row, getting kills pretty much before their second and third turn in, right as the Web Weavers came in. And we saw how devastating those can push if you aren't ready to defend them. still waiting on map pick, so sorry for the delay. Oh, and we have our map, it looks like. It is going to be Alterac Pass. Let me go ahead and update that here. Alterac Pass. Gonna get picked here. Alright. So we've got the members of one team in. Okay, we've got all the members, it looks like, in the lobby, potentially. This map is a very, very big change from Tomb of the Spider Queen. Tomb of the Spider Queen, lots of focus on wave clear, lots of focus on rotations. This map is a lot bigger, so as opposed to maybe wave clear, you're looking more at just general ability to control macro, as well as camp clear. It's really important. The siege camp that runs down mid on this map is extremely powerful and has an extremely short cooldown. You want to be getting that out as often as possible. You're also looking for nice sustained fight as well as poke to be able to control the objectives for a long period of time while they channel the timer to count down so that you can get your raiders. I'm eating cookies, correct. The core does heal itself on this map, as well as getting armor. Instead of having shielding, it gets armor from every keep that you have up, 20 per keep. So if you have one keep, it has 20 armor, 2, it has 40, and then of course if you have all 3, it's invincible, but it would have 60 armor there. So it's a harder map to end on, and I would say this is a map that normally you're looking at a much more late game scenario. You're not going to see as many games, and before at least both teams hit the level 16 mark. Pretty often both teams will hit 20 on this map. But we'll have to see what happens. Die for Vision might turn it around. Wood League might completely just show up and take the 2-0 real fast. Got one of the teams ready now. So we'll have to wait and see. The Gul'dan ban was really fast from Die for Vision. Gonna have to see, was that them thinking it was a more of a map related thing, or are they really gonna respect that over the Kael'thas? Because that Kael'thas really just, they really got punished by it. I think it's really something they need to consider getting rid of in this game. And with that, we are starting. Alright, Wood League is up 1. They had map pick last game and they've got it again this game. We're going to see, is first pick going to be able to give Die for Vision a bit more of an advantage on this time? They are sticking with the Gul'dan ban, so they're afraid of that. Maybe we've got some crazy horrifies from the side of Kavlor and co. Falstad going to get banned out again. That's solid, I think, honestly. Much more solid on this map than on Tomb. Deathwing gonna get banned out. He was not respected on Tomb as much, but on this map, they're not really willing to play against it on the side of Die for Vision. And Stukov again banned out. So really pretty much the same bans, only Ariel being left up as opposed to Deathwing. And Anduin actually is gonna be the first pick. An interesting choice, maybe looking for a bit more save potential with the trait there from Anduin. We're going to see the 1-2 here from Wood League. I'll be interested to see, do they go for the Kael'thas again immediately? This map is a lot more open, so I would expect him to get a bit less value, but we'll have to see. Wood League doesn't even play Gul'dan, says Droopy. That's interesting. That's interesting to see. We're going to see Mal'Ganis, which got banned out last game, as well as the Rexar again. So that's a really strong front line. Cyan showed he was super comfortable on the Rexar. The Mal'Ganis was respected and banned last game. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly happens here. What the Mal'Ganis is going to look like after his nerfs. Is he going to get just completely killed all the time because he's so much squishier? Or not. And we're going to see both DPS picked right here from Die for Vision. Raynor for Soulfight and Li Ming for Darker Black. So two just really solid heroes. As I said, Raynor right now is really powerful. Ace in the hole is pretty crazy. So that it'll be interesting to see how much they're able to do. Especially, it's always interesting when you see neither of the front line get picked up. But we'll have to see if that works out for them. As Johanna is going to get banned here, that makes sense. She's just a solid, easy tank. Gonna have to see what happens as far as the tank goes on the side of Die for Vision, as we do have two powerful tanks banned out now. The pool is definitely getting a bit smaller. They've got the opportunity for another ban here, and they're going to look at Kael'thas. Alright, I like it. That's definitely some respect shown to Kavlor, but I think it makes sense. Kael'thas was just really, really rough for them to go against. A good call out again from Droopy. Li Ming into Rexxar. You've got a pretty weak target there in the form of Misha. Until you get the armor there from your level 4 talent, Misha's looking like some resets. And we're gonna see Lucio and Greymane. Lucio was banned out by Wood League last game, now being picked. Gonna let them rotate. Greymane, really powerful sustained DPS right now. He's able to burst, he's able to do sustained team fight, and he really likes having that Lucio behind him to speed him up. We're going to see Blaze Diablo. I had a feeling Erlschlepp's Diablo might be coming out this game. He likes that Diablo, and he is pretty powerful on it, as well as Blaze, which I really like for the off-lane pick. Blaze with the bunker gives another option to just save the back line whenever they're getting dived or getting chunked, as they were pretty heavily in the last game. The reduced amount of choke points might help with that as well, but we're going to have to see. And Sylvanas going to get picked up for Kavlor. Some heroes trading hands here. Raynor going to the left, Sylvanas going to the right. Overall, two pretty solid drafts. Diablo, I would say, not his strongest map, but I know Earl is strong on the hero. Although that is definitely a beefy front line to be against Greymane with. Curse Bullet will get a lot of value. So here goes nothing. Let's see, is Die for Vision able to turn it around, force a game 3, or is Woodley going to take a clean 2-0 upset for their second upset of the playoffs in a row, looking to go into the finals? I do like the drafts of both teams here. Like I said, there's a few heroes that I think are a little bit wonky. I think Rexxar gets a bit less value on this map, but as well as Diablo, as I mentioned. But I think both are drafting smart. Both of them are drafting to what they're comfortable with. Alright. So, on the left side, looking to even up the score, we have Erlschlepp on Diablo, Darker Black on Li Ming, Atlas on Blaze, Sulfide on Raynor, and Shamhat again with the taunt on the Anduin. That is Die for Vision. And on the right side, looking for the upset, Amusio on Lucio with the rhyme, Kavlor on Sylvanas, Cyan again on Rexxar, Barcode on Greymane, and Emtino on Mal'Ganis. It is Wood League. Starting off, both teams coming mid. This is a map where I could have definitely expected, especially with Greymane, a bit of a Sylvanas cheese. They could have probably gotten a turret pretty easily. But both teams electing to just come to mid. We are going to see the party mix from Lucio, so he's going to stick with as many people as possible to get that stack as quick as possible. Let his radius get a bit bigger so that his team doesn't have to clump so much. Otherwise, talent's pretty normal. We do see bold strategy, looking for a bit of a more aggressive build there for the Anduin. And we're going to have everyone splitting off into lanes. Going to be Raynor against Greymane, as well as Blaze against Cyan on the Misha as the Rexxar, although Misha's the real hero. Misha already getting chunked though. And we are going to see, like I said, this siege camp is really powerful, and Kavlor and Amusio are already on it. We're going to have to see what Die for Vision does. They're going to send Darker Black and Shamhat, but their clear is going to be a lot slower onto this. We've got Blaze already at 3 globes. He's doing pretty well, it seems like. Maybe coming mid was really nice for him because he could get that extra globe. And for the moment, we're just going to see the tanks looking at each other in the mid lane, getting some soak. And like I said, a lot faster camp clear here on the side of Wood League. If we look at the side of Die for Vision, they're still only about halfway done. They're just now going to be finishing it up. That will be kind of nice in one way, in that we're going to see the gnolls from the side of Wood League pushing into the turrets, which will be a lot easier to clear. But it also means Wood League is going to be able to get out a second gnoll camp before the objective spawns, which Die for Vision won't be able to, at least not as easily. Looking at pretty standard talents again. Coming into level 4, it looks like we're going for more of a shadow charge focus here for Earl Schlepp. Doesn't surprise me at all. He likes to be aggressive. He likes to dive and pin the enemy heroes. And he's going to be looking to do that throughout this game. As the timer hits 2:30, we're going to have the objective spawning. The objective on this map, if you don't know, you have 2 prison camps, and after a short channel, the timer on that will start ticking down, and the enemy team has to recapture it by either channeling it or zoning you off so that minions can channel it. And when one team has their timer tick all the way down, raiders come out and will push down all 3 lanes, buffing out the heroes and doing a lot of siege damage. So somewhat similar to Tomb of the Spider Queen's objective, in that you have strong heroes pushing down every lane. We're going to see Emtino getting dove onto. He might be going down. Oh, and he barely does. Almost got away there for a second. I was going to be pretty shocked. And we're going to see Die for Vision looking for a very early channel onto this objective. Normally you don't quite see that since when death timers are short, it is very difficult to successfully channel the full 30 seconds on this objective. So a lot of the time you're going to see it wait. And you know what? Wood League seems to be okay with it. They're like, you know what? You can get your objective. It's early. It won't do a lot. But we have 3 gnolls who are buffed by Sylvanas' Merc Queen, and they're just tearing open this wall. That gnoll camp reduces the armor of both structures and heroes, really just everything they hit. So they do a lot of damage, as you can see, already taking out a tower and the mid wall there. And now Wood League, as both teams hitting 7, looking to push in. We've got blessed momentum, or not blessed, diabolical momentum. Thinking of Johanna here for Diablo. See, again, much more aggressive build, as we've got a huge attack onto Soulfied. But once again, Anduin just provides that ability to save heroes so well, as the 2 teams are going to be engaging into each other. Looking to get the kill onto Misha. And they're going to get it. Going to be a reset for Darker Black. But he is low on mana, and speaking of things that are low, the health of both the front line on the side of Die for Vision are super low. And Shamhat isn't going to be able to just stand here taking shots delaying. Soulfied going to take a lot of damage for trying to. But it does look like they're going to be able to stall it out, at least for now, thanks to their taps. If we look over here, Kavlar's back on the camp. He's saying, you know what? Oh, and I missed the kill on Manganus, of course. Interesting choice from Wood League. I like the idea to kind of try and distract Die for Vision, but maybe going in a bit too hard, or maybe Earl Schlepp just pulling the aggression. Ooh, little bit of counter synergy there, but they do get the kill onto Barcode, and that's going to be the objective on the side of Die for Vision. This siege camp is going to help out, as the gnolls will pretty much de-push mid on their own if Die for Vision doesn't push in with them, with the camp. But that is a pretty early objective, and opposite pacing of last game. Die for Vision had 3-0 in kills, half a level ahead, and they're going to look to push in. Looks like the main push coming through the bot lane, although Earl Schlepp going to be able to shadow charge out. He's just fine. Emtino going in pretty deep though. Oh, Lucio though, completing his level 4 quest. Looking at Subwoofer there. That's one of those talents where normally you just kind of take it for the base boost, which is that you knock nearby heroes back 75% further. But he's going to hit 3 heroes with that, and it's going to greatly increase the radius of that ability. So he's going to be able to hit a lot more people. As expected, mid lane didn't really get that much. Atlas tried to do his best in the top, but if you look at it, really, what they got bought, Wood League already kind of had mid. So it's a pretty even trade, although Die for Vision not quite finished. They get some fort damage. So still, I would say favoring Die for Vision, but not getting as much value as you would expect, maybe from a objective on this map, as the objective is known to be very, very strong. We're going to see W focus coming in from Anduin, and level 10 abilities in for Die for Vision. Light Bomb, APOC, Hyperion, Disintegrate. Bit of an interesting choice there. Giving a bit more range and maybe poke onto the objective, but trading out some of that reset ability. And Blaze is holding, which worries me a bit. I feel like they're going to need that bunker. Come level 10, there's going to be some powerful things, but it is the combustion. And Sylvanas already back on the camp. We've seen this camp come out on the side of Wood League 4 times now, I believe. Die for Vision just now getting it for the 2nd time, and it shows in how much damage has been taken in the mid lane. Despite Die for Vision having gotten the objective, they've barely got any damage onto these walls. Looks like maybe a gank coming up towards Atlas. Not quite. They're going to be coming back mid. Go ahead and look at stats here. Got Li Ming throwing out a lot of damage. Greymane also putting in a lot of damage though, as we've got both teams pushing in here, or both teams focusing on the lane. But neither really going to get that much. Sylvanas using her trait to kind of try and stall out the D push there of their own camp, but that's not going to really do much. But if we look in the bot lane, Greymane has just been going ham on this wall. Greymane known for being able to siege extremely well, and he completely just was able to just destroy that front wall. Again though, Die for Vision immediately looking for the channel onto this. Earl Schlepp looking to get aggressive, and that's going to force out Amusio's ult. Maybe not the best timing, but also the Light Bomb not getting too much value, but a huge combustion as well as a great shadow charge from Earl Schlepp. They kill Lucio, interrupt Emteno's ult, but he's going to be able to walk out thanks to the help from Misha, as well as Misha's pet, Rexar. Fight isn't quite over though. Both teams kind of just hitting each other, not quite getting kills other than Misha, unfortunately. It's a tragic loss. But that is going to be the start of the channel. But as we say that, Lucio's already back up. Death timer's not too long still at this point in the game. If we're looking at the bot lane, that is going to start pushing out thanks to the fort going down on the side of Wood League. So we've got the powerful Reaver minions there. Curse Bullet immediately chunking Earl Schlepp down to half. A nice root there from Shamhat. Going to stop Emteno from getting the sleep engage that they were looking for there. Although if we look at ults, if that might have been a favorable fight there for Die for Vision. Although, then again, now they have 13. That's a talent tier advantage. So I think, ignore me. Talent tier is pretty strong, I've heard. As a huge jet propulsion coming in from Atlas. Darker Black on the Li Ming, really far out though. She's going to have to walk back. And really neither team going to get too much, just a trade of cooldowns once again. And again, Die for Vision going on the aggressive side. Shamhat gets slept. Not going to be much follow-up. Emteno really just, his team is not quite able to catch up to him. Again, a pretty big combustion, as well as the kill onto Misha, but doing a good job of keeping the team alive is Amusio on the Lucio. They're all looking low, but they aren't dead yet. I said yet before. Before we saw the death on Sylvanas. A bit of showing off there from Darker Black. They're going to get the objective once again on the side of Die for Vision. And once again, Wood League just pushing out again. Darker Black looking to maybe push out this wave a bit, but this time it looks like they're going for the top fort. I think the idea here is that bosses on this map go through the top and bottom lanes, so they're trying to pressure those the most. That can definitely work, but I found that the bosses are pretty difficult to end with on this map. The bosses are kind of weak, and they don't do much more than take shots. They kind of are just a big health pool. That being said, we don't see Rexar here yet, which means it is a 5v4 for the moment, which is going to force the side of Wood League back. Rexar using his ult, slow down the team of Die for Vision, but with an APOC combined with the combustion, they're actually not going to get that much. They're getting chunked pretty heavily. A great sound barrier from Lucio pretty much saved them from all of that damage, but Mal'Ganis is going to fall before Lucio, and that is the crucial thing in some of these fights, I think, is that the kills are just coming in barely a second earlier for Die for Vision, and with Li Ming, when she isn't out of mana, they're able to just force back the side of Wood League, and they're going to take the other two remaining forts now. That is going to help a lot. That's going to make it so that the camp from Wood League is going to get a bit less value. Then again, it is able to push really well even against the Reaver minions. Going to get a bit of extra damage onto the wall from Die for Vision, but both teams, as you do on all Trek Pass, going back to the camps. I'm going to see Rexar pushing out, as well as Mal'Ganis pushing out, as we're going to see level 16 come in on the side of Die for Vision. If we look at talents, we do see Shadow Charge focus for Earl Schlepp. It's not something I see a lot anymore. It's been nerfed pretty heavily, but he's making it look good. Otherwise, pretty standard builds. We've got actually Diamond Skin coming in for Li Ming, looking for a little bit more survivability here. And if there aren't standard builds, or there's some talents that are a little bit weird, it's probably because I'm not seeing it, or I don't know the hero that well. Stuff like Sylvanas, I don't know a ton about her build, but that looks like a pretty standard Q build. Looking for a more sustained approach. Earl Schlepp going for the deep engage. Nice interrupt on combustion. We're going to see a great sound barrier. Going to save Kavlor on the Sylvanas. Lightbomb comes out though, and Greymane cannot be saved. Hyperion comes out, chunking everyone, including the fort. The camp is pushing into the fort. Darker Black diving in really deep, looking for a reset. We're going to have to get pulled out, but that is a keep for Die for Vision. Using the level 16 advantage really well. And if they aren't careful with that huge jet propulsion from Atlas, Wood League is going to lose even more people here. But I don't think they'll lose the game. As I mentioned, this core is really hard to kill, especially when there's two keeps up, because 40 armor is a lot of armor to go through, and it will regenerate every single hit point if you do not kill it. So Die for Vision gonna back up. They're gonna have Darker Black go ahead and tap, and they're going to start channeling the objective. In the bot lane, the wave has actually kind of won out on the side of Wood League. Gonna get a bit of fort damage, but that's gonna push out again. And all 5 members of Wood League are back up. They opted to go for the camp. I think maybe now isn't the time. The objective is channeling, and they do have 16, so this is their time to fight. As a lot of powerful talents coming in at 16, notably Rejuvenescencia from Lucio, another enormous jet propulsion from Atlas. Pretty much every single team fight trading his ultimate ability for that of Lucio. And again, the Mal'Ganis is just getting picked out every single fight. Diablo is scooping him up and saying, "You're a tank? No one told me." And he's going down, and that's another objective on the side of Die for Vision. And I'm going to be honest, if it weren't for these waves pushed out, I think this could have definitely been game even here for Die for Vision. They would only need to look for maybe one more keep and another kill or two, and they would definitely be able to end. They are going to start pushing out these waves though, so that the objectives are hopefully able to push a little bit harder. Mid getting cleared first by the side of Wood League. Kind of interesting choice, considering that mid will just go straight into the core, and the core will regenerate itself, but a flank coming in from Atlas, and Amusio disappears. Cursed Bullet getting thrown out again, and they're never able to really follow up on it, and it is really costing them. As we have seen, they are never able to finish these kills. It really is the opposite of the past game. Last game, we saw an 11-0, I believe it was, win for, or 13-0 win for the side of Wood League. And now we're seeing the opposite, 10-0, maybe about to be 11-0. Cavalier getting out. Oh, no, gets caught by the crossfire from Blaze. 11-0, and this is going to be game as we're seeing Die for Vision tie it up on all-track pass. GG. Really impressive play from Die for Vision, looking like a completely different team after they go ahead and ban out the Kael'thas, which has dominated the game before against them. If you look at the stats, Li Ming putting in insane damage. Greymane also doing a lot, but Cavalier did less damage than Rexar, played by Cyan, did. And that just kind of shows just the sustained healing and the save potential from Anduin was enough, as well as the aggression from Diablo. They were able to get the picks, as well as Blaze. Atlas, really, in that match, I gotta say. Atlas, the MVP, some insane jet propulsion. He was catching 4-man, 5-man jet propulsions, popping his trait, using combustion, forcing Lucio to use his ult every single time. Really doing a great job of enabling his team to just get crazy team fights, even if it wasn't a lot of kills. Still only 11-0, not really wiping more than 1 or 2 players at a time, as we have a quick invite to the lobby. Not even going to have time to go back to the map select. Alright, and on the side of Die for Vision, we're seeing Infernal Shrines. Let's go ahead and go back to our screen here. Let me up the score here. Die for Vision now evening it out. Really well done. Yeah, I mean, I look at Combustion normally and I think that's not the talent I'd be going for it, but Atlas making it look really, really powerful. So now we've seen 1 win for each side. Both times the team that won, they never lost a hero. It is 13. Yeah, I think it was 13-0 and then 11-0 or 12-0. Butte Holiday, correct. Die for Vision, definitely the favorite here. I think they're probably the stronger team, but Wood League pulled a really impressive upset last week, and they could definitely do it again. Last week went to a Game 3. We'll have to see how it goes this week. Will Wood League repeat the upset, or what will happen? We'll have to see. So looking at Wood League, what their plan is going into this game, I think Blaze is powerful on this map. You could look to ban that again. Although Leoric is also super powerful, and we saw willingness from Atlas to play that on the first map, despite the fact that they did get mollywopped a little bit. some good joking on in the lobby. They're saying this game neither team is going to die at all. Going to be 0 kill to 0 kill. Both teams are going to lose their core at the exact same time, and please clap, my team is going to have to 1v2. It will definitely be. I think we're going to see a much more even map this time. Infernal Shrines, I think, is not quite as snowbally. You don't get to push down all 3 lanes and get multiple forts or multiple keeps out of one objective push, unless you're able to get a lot of kills and really capitalize. So I would expect a bit of a closer game here. So we'll have to see. Will teams draft for early game? Will they draft for late game? Will they just focus on taking the power picks? Anduin, 100% win rate so far. We saw Kael'thas got a ton of value in game 1, banned out game 2, and that worked really nicely for Die for Vision. Will they continue banning the Gul'dan that apparently Wood League doesn't even play? We'll have to see. Alright, we've got the R from one of the teams. I would like to see maybe even a ban onto the Diablo. Again, a hero who hasn't gotten that much love recently, thanks to some of the nerfs that have hit him. He's been looking kind of down there, but Earlschlepp made it look nasty last game, and he'll make it look nasty again this game if they let him. That would be my prediction. I mean, Droopy, you say that, but Deathwing was left open game 1 and was not taken by either team, so we'll have to see. Alright, both teams are ready. We're going to hopefully get into the game any moment here. So go ahead and say it. Tell me, who do you think is going to pull out and get the win as we lead into Infernal Shrines? So again, I would expect see the Kael'thas ban again. Maybe the Gul'dan ban again. He's strong on this map, and if Diforvision thought the enemy team was going to play him in the first 2 maps, I think they'd probably ban it out again. On the side of Wood League, we're going to have to see. What do they look at banning? Again, the Stukov. There's a lot of respect afforded there for Shamhat. Definitely really strong on that hero. And again, the Gul'dan ban, as I anticipated. So the question is, they aren't first pick this time, so what's going to happen to heroes like Kael'thas? Are they going to go for an Auriel ban or a Deathwing ban? Each of those being banned once, left open once, but never picked so far in this series. So we will have to see if those get left out, if those get banned. The Kael'thas banned by Wood League. They have first pick, but they have other plans. So they're going to go ahead and ban it out themselves, and Deathwing going to get banned out on the side of Diforvision. The first pick going to be picked up. Are we going to see Johanna? Again, really solid for the Shrine Clear and just as a tank. No, they want the 100% win rate Anduin. And I can't argue with it. Like, it is that potential to just pull someone and save them has been insane throughout this series. And I think it's pretty good. Pretty good pickup. It's shown to be strong. On the other side, now we have 2 picks. The Johanna's up, but they're going for the Diablo, and they're going for the Lucio, which was banned out against Diforvision in game 1. So it is something that Wood League had on their radar. They were aware that it could be an issue. And that is going to be picked up, so they're going to have some pretty strong sustain, especially post level 16 on the side of Diforvision. And level 10, they're going to have that anti-wombo ult, the sound barrier, as well as just Diablo. Really solid first game, well, his first game that he saw played. And we're going to see Johanna Rexxar on the side of Wood League. Not surprising, Cyan's been loving the Rexxar, and even though it was, I think, a lot less effective in the past game, they don't have to worry as much about a Liming on this map. So we're going to see it again, as well as the fact that he's just a lot stronger thanks to some of the chokes here. As well as Johanna picked up, as I mentioned, just super solid overall. Raynor going to get banned out, another hero who has had a 100% win rate so far during this series. Super solid after the buffs. Diforvision says, we don't want him, you don't get him. And we're going to see a ban onto the Blaze. That's a really good ban there. Atlas showed off. He was flexing on the Blaze. So I'm happy to see that get banned out for Wood League. That's something that they could definitely use, not getting hit by those 5-man jet propulsions. Mbot says, let's see that Leoric. I wouldn't be surprised if we do. I would expect it any moment here, if I'm being honest. But it's the Falstad. Falstad was banned out game 1 and game 2 versus Diforvision. They're going to take it here, as well as the Li Ming again. She is a lot harder on this map because of all of the shrine minions that can get in the way during the middle of the fight. But Darker Black says, so what? I'm going to reset off of Misha every time. I'm ready. So the response, we have both the DPS missing, and it's going to be Jaina as well as Junkrat. Junkrat, super solid on this map. Trap build or whatever, you have great wave clear, you have great zoning potential. Just really, really solid overall, especially when you have a hero like Jaina to pair with him, who can help kind of finish off some of the kills, as well as continue to just burst down the shrine. Lots of shrine clear on the side of Wood League with Johanna, Rexxar, Jaina, Junkrat, all really solid at clearing the shrine. And it's going to be offlane ETC for Atlas. So wave clear definitely a little bit weaker Not a little bit. It's a lot weaker, if I'm being honest, on the side of Die for Vision. But they've got a lot of bulk, a lot of CC. I would expect maybe the stage dive even from ETC. That's normally what you go into when you're playing him as an offlaner, which does mean they have the potential for the double global from Falstad and from ETC. So we're gonna have to see if they elect to go into that, and if so, how well it works out for them. Yeah, unfortunately, not gonna see the lightning breath into the Entomb, so we aren't getting the easy bake oven. But we are getting a game 3, which I'm always happy to see. I think 3-game series, a lot more fun to watch. Maybe not as fun to play, but hey, we're the viewers, not the ones playing. All right, going into the final map, Die for Vision. Lost the first map, came back strong in the second map. We've got Earl Schlepp on Diablo, Darker Black on Li Ming, Soulfight on Falstad, Atlas on ETC, and Shamhat on the Lucio. Lots of heroes that were banned out versus them are here now. On the side of Wood League, we've got Cyan on Rexar, Barcode on Junkrat, Mtano on Johanna, Kavlor on Jaina, and Amusio on Anduin. The 100% win rate hero for this series. We're going to see if they're able to keep it that way or if it's going to go down to 66.7%. We've got Wood League versus Die for Vision. Game 3. Let's see what goes down. Both teams, again, meeting mid. Just going to fight a bit. Junkrat, actually a little bit of asymmetry, but Earl Schlepp getting chunked a lot on the Diablo. A nice power slide from Atlas is going to save him. But really showing some of the weakness and already getting closer to kills than they did during a lot of the first game, or the second game there for Wood League. But as expected, a lot of wave clear for the side of Wood League. They're already pretty much cleared on the bottom lane before Die for Vision is even getting here. That will be helped out come level 7 with the boomerang as a nice boop from Junkrat, gonna push Darker Black in, but not really gonna get followed up on. Kavlor doing a good job rotating. They're getting their globes for their level 1. We are going to see Laws of Hope for Johanna. And Johanna just trying to interrupt these rotations, deny some of the XP from the side of Die for Vision. We've got to follow. Thank you, Pet Wolverine. I appreciate you. That wasn't supposed to play during the match, but I don't know why it is, so I'm going to figure it out after this cast. We are going to see, again, just a huge wave clear advantage on the side of Wood League. Die for Vision is able to get their camp out, but they're having to split. They're basically saying, you know what, the enemy team is clearing so much faster and they're interrupting our rotations. We can't do these 4-mans. We're going to have to split. Interestingly enough, we have the extra wound timers on the side of Junkrat. Not something I see picked a lot, but we'll have to see if the last little bit of burst is going to be able to help out. Wood League going to be able to get this bottom camp. As Falstad potentially looking for a gank. There's no way he's looking for a bribe. Oh, really sneaky from Falstad, but I would expect Wood League to start going up there very soon. So we're going to have to see. Nope, Falstad's going to get away with it. He's going to use his bribe, kill the last 2. Boom, no bruiser camp for Wood League. Not this objective. The objective is top, which means there's a little bit less importance placed onto that. But that's still a pretty valuable thing for Falstad to be able to do, even if just to be able to get the wingman stacks there for the extra 5% damage on his trait. Completely agree with Monkus there. Wood League has a huge advantage in the objective. Falstad sitting bot, he's going to use his global to come up, I would assume, trying to get a little bit more XP for the side of Die for Vision. And I would expect Die for Vision to not go too hard for this. They're going to try and win it. But if they can't, they're going to be happy to just soak and try and get towards 10. Because where they're really going to try and shine is in the team fights, since their shrine clear is pretty abysmal. Soulfight is going to fly up, get a lot of damage onto Barcode. But a lot of damage was done to Darker Black, and we're going to see already an 11 shrine minion lead for the side of Wood League. And Mtino doing a great job zoning out the enemy team. Earlschlepp dives in, gets chunked a little bit. Not much kill pressure coming out. This is kind of the struggle when you have Falstad Li Ming on this map. Li Ming gets blocked by those Shrine minions, and Falstad doesn't quite have that much damage to be able to help out, so getting kills might be pretty difficult. That's where I'm guessing that they're hoping for the double tank is going to help out to just kind of keep people CC'd. We are going to see potentially the kill onto the Misha. No? Misha going to get out. Earlschlepp going super deep. Barcode getting pulled about 2 inches there. The reset is going to actually come out onto Misha, and Die for Vision has taken position on the Shrine. Color me impressed, although they are pretty low on mana for heroes like Atlas, Darker Black on the Ming, and that is going to be rough for them. Earlschlepp getting zoned out. He's going to have to rotate around the other way so that he doesn't get launched in by Junkrat. But it looks like even with the wave clear disadvantage, oh, and Diablo taking a lot of damage from Dirty Trickster there, it looks like it is going to be a Shrine in favor of Die for Vision. Wood League needs to book it out of here now, or they're going to get jumped on by this Punisher. Cyan trying to run down. Misha getting jumped onto. She's going down. She's dead. More Misha kills. Earlschlepp gonna get hit over, but I don't think he's gonna be too worried about it. Yeah. The Punisher does get baited, but Die for Vision really not about gonna get pretty standard amount of damage for a first objective. They're gonna get the front wall and a little bit of fort damage. I would not expect them to get this. In fact, if they stick around, it looks like they might start losing some people. Shamhat getting a bit low, but no, they actually have the Punisher jumping forward, zoning out the side of Wood League, and they're gonna get the full fort. Cyan is out rotating Atlas on the ETC a good bit, which is going to help a nice amount. If we look at the XP, we've got 4,300 on the side of Cyan, which is about 1,000 more than Atlas's ETC, having just a bit of a wave clear advantage, largely thanks to his level 1 talent here, Bird of Prey. He's gonna nuke waves with that. Both teams going back to pretty normal rotations. Die for Vision opting to keep Atlas down here so that they can do this camp. Gonna bribe it, give it 2 more bribe stacks from Sulfide on Falstad, get even more damage onto the level 1 there. So he's gonna be continuing to stack that out. Let's see, maybe we can check and see what stacks he's at. He's at 15%. He's at 15% bonus damage on his W, and he currently has 1 more stack, so he could get that up to 20 if he wanted to go and use one. Earlschlepp diving in, not getting anything. He's just kind of zoning the enemy team out. And that is level 10 for Die for Vision. So what are we going to see? Oh, as I accidentally select someone and deselect them. There we go. Sound Barrier, APOC, Disintegrate, Mighty Gust, Stage 5. Pretty much what I would expect. Disintegrate's the only iffy one, but after last game, I was kind of expecting that again from Darker Black. Pretty standard stuff otherwise. We've got Ring of Frost for Jaina, so looking for setup and then a bit of a wombo combo. Light Bomb, Unleash the Boars, looking, as well as Falling Sword, so the combo between Falling Sword and Light Bomb, looking to lock people down for that Ring of Frost. And then the Riptire. So a pretty strong wombo from the side of Wood League, but I'm looking at the team of Die for Vision, and if Lucio is able to time his ult well, they're not going to be able to get that much from their wombo combo. So that is something to note. And with the double tank with the offlane ETC, they do have some pretty crazy ability to just punish the enemy team, really catch up to them and engage on them, or counter engage. Sulfide flying up to bribe this camp, it looks like. Yep. That's 2 more stacks, going to be 25% bonus damage. And that is going to be pushing with occasional catapults. Plus we have the global still from Atlas, so he can stay up here and push it out even more. and jump in with the stage dive. That is going to be a lot of macro pressure. We're going to be looking at keep front wall damage, maybe even keep damage if Dive4Vision can stall this out. Again, though, where does Wood League's team shine? On the shrine. And stage dive coming in, not really hitting much more than Johanna, who is going to use her combo there. Ring of Frost going to hit. A great gust is going to save Lucio. He's going to be able to get his ult off and run out. We're seeing Misha getting chunked, but really that's about it on the side of Wood League. And lots of ults used. Johanna, though, gets flipped and just goes down, just disappears. When Darker Black is able to land those combos on Li Ming through the Shrine minions, it is so insane. It is destroying, and once again, another great combo with some help from Lucio and Falstead there, and Junkrat, who is notoriously squishy, just disappears. And that's another Shrine for Dive4Vision. As well as, if we look up here, as expected, front wall for the keep, as well as one turret has gone down. And now we've got 3 people who had been up there who aren't there as this fort is going to go down. They're going to have to wait to bait it until going towards the keep, which means they're likely to lose the keep front wall here. 2 keep front walls down is a lot down for 2 Punishers into this game. Normally, I don't see even a fort go down until the second Punisher, so Dive4Vision doing a really good job capitalizing. We're going to have to see, though, is Wood League going to be able to get a kill? Because so far we've had the winning team lose no heroes. Big Falling Sword, big Ring of Frost, but the Gust and the Sound Barrier, that is the thing I was a little bit worried about for Wood League, is there's just some great disengage and anti-wombo tools on the side of Dive4Vision, and they have 1 kill. They're not going to get greedy, not going to go for the core, but that is an early keep. They've got to keep 10 minutes in. That's really good for them, and it's going to be pretty difficult for Wood League to keep up in the macro if this keeps going on, even with their crazy wave clear. With that, we are going to see Dive4Vision going for this camp. They're going to start pushing in mid as 5. They're at level 15, so this is even talents. Wood League did just get their level 13 talents, which if we look at, normal talents there, pretty much what you would expect. Junkrat's build is a little bit interesting here, but nothing too crazy. Darker Black, again, just memeing around a bit with the Shadow Charge coming in for Earlschlep. And Emptino disappears. Light Bomb gets no value, and that's going to be the fort in favor of Dive4Vision. Barcode also getting chunked. This Diablo is just so oppressive, and Johanna, after her health nerf, she's looking a little bit squishy for the side of, as well as Mal'Ganis last game, who also recently received a health nerf. They're both just looking a lot squishier against this team from Dive4Vision. And now we've hit 16, which honestly, I don't see how Wood League is able to win fights now if they haven't been winning fights before. Shamhat now has Rejuvenescencia, which is so powerful. Going to make it, as I speak English there, going to make it so much more difficult for the side of Wood League to get kills. And now they're pushing into keep with level 16 advantage, a bruiser camp, big wave. Shamhat, though, getting pushed out a bit. Gonna use ult. Ooh. That's a nice combo. Shamhat goes down. This is not a perfect game for Dive4Vision. They have lost a hero. Gust is used for the disengage, but 2 keeps are down. Middle fort is down. This is going to be really difficult. Although Earlschlep going down, losing the souls, that's pretty big. 2 kills, gotta feel good about that. That's going to help a lot in the XP. If we look, that's 2,600 XP for those 2 kills. That's a big boost towards their own level 16s, which they should be able to get now. Jaina also completing her level 1 now. So that's going to be some bonus damage, as well as just her mana is not going to be quite as difficult anymore. So I think, I was looking at it, I was saying Wood League might have a hard time, but they showed even down talents, they were able to take that fight. punish the over-aggression even of Vision. They might be able to get this shrine yet. They might be able to start turning things around. We'll have to see here. A big combo coming out though. Junkrat already taken down, as well as Jaina to about a third. And Amusio, that is one of the issues that is had by Anduin, is that he's a little bit slow when it comes to healing up people who are pretty heavily chunked, and he has to use a lot of his cooldowns. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, ETC is still pushing out. As we got the engage up here though, they're looking for the fight. They know that ETC is down there. Ring gonna only hit Lucio, but ETC comes in, Jaina disappears, so does Anduin, so does Rexar. Reset's not even needed. Junkrat's down. Only Emtino is left. And Emtino's not gonna last much longer, and with 30-second death timers on every member, looks like Vision is going to end this game. We've got Falstad already flying in. And it looks like, despite the amazing first game, no deaths on Tomb of the Spider Queen, a preferred map from Vision, and first pick for Vision on that map, despite how powerful they looked, Vision is going to take it in the end. 2-1, GG's. Gonna go ahead and look at our stats here, and I will try and get us an interview. Go ahead on into a lobby now. Li Ming really putting out work here. Pretty surprised by that, but Junkrat doing a lot as well. Alright, looks like we are going to have an interview. And we've got Shamhat here with us. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty excited.
So, I guess jumping right into things, this series was kind of a roller coaster of emotions for me, and I'm sure it was for you as well. What was it like coming out of the first game where they beat you without you taking a single kill? Were you shaken? Were you thinking you were going to get upset, or were you thinking you were going to pull it back?
To be honest, we kind of were like, let's just not. That game just didn't happen, and we're gonna just play another game, and we're not gonna do that again. And it worked out. We made some adjustments, and I think it went well for us. So
definitely, I felt like there was a serious change of approach. I feel like in the first game I saw a lot more passive play, but then with Diablo, Blaze, etc., and the second and third games, really changed and tried to put the game into your favor. So, like, what kind of things were going through your head as far as changing your strategy and bans, picks, going into the second and third maps?
For the second game, we did not want them to have the Anduin. Anduin Murden was just a lot. That was an amazing combo. They played it really, really well. Their Anduin player is scary. So we decided, since he was up, we'd go ahead and first pick him. They did a good job of healer choking in the first game, so we didn't want that to happen again. And then also, you're definitely right, we wanted to play more aggressively than we did in the first game. The first game was entirely too passive, and so we made those adjustments kind of moving forward, and I think it's safe to say it worked out for us.
Alright, so something which maybe this would be better asked to Earl, but I'll ask it to you since you're here. So with the recent changes, Johanna got nerfs 2 patches ago. In the patch yesterday, Mal'Ganis got pretty heavy nerfs. Diablo had been looking pretty bad, but he looked really strong. Do you think it's more of just Earl is a monster on the hero, or do you think he's coming back into the meta?
Maybe a combination of both. I would definitely, I'm a little biased, but I would say Earl's Diablo is pretty decent for anybody scouting for next.
I definitely agree.
No, I think he played Diablo very, very well, and it worked out for us. So.
Definitely. Alright, well, I won't keep you too long since it's pretty late here in EST time, but do you have any shout-outs? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, shout out to Woodley. It was really nice to play them again. We got to start our season against them, and they've just come a long way. The whole season we've been watching them, and they've improved a lot. So it was really great to get to play them again. I'll shout out my team for showing up on time
Oh,
uh, and playing well and not getting frustrated with our first game and sticking with it. And also thanks to you for picking up a cast at the last minute. We appreciate it so that all of our biggest fans could be out there watching us.
for sure, for sure. It was a lot of fun for me, and I gotta say, yeah, it's gonna be fun next week. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it'll be good games.
All right. Well, amazing games. I'll let you go now. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks so much.
All right, so that is going to be the end of the cast. If you look, we've got, let me update the score here. Die for Vision, taking the win on the final map. That was a crazy series. Thank you so much, everybody who came out, everyone who followed. Hoping to do maybe at least get a few more casts in before this ends, although might be a bit more difficult since now most of the games are going to be finals. But thanks everyone for coming out. Hope to catch you later.